Hey, what's up guys, it's GC. I wanted to make this Stamina Nightblade build video. I've been using this build for about 2 months. It's a sword and board build, uh, kind of tanky build with decent damage, and I mainly PvP solo or in small groups, and I found this build to be very effective in that. I can 1vx fine, and I can duo very effectively. So with that said, let's get into the item sets. I'm using 5 Wheeler's Path. I'm using 1 Blood Spawn and 3 more Cauldron. This is a 9 trade armor set, but Night Silence, which is a 2 trade item set, has the same bonuses, 3 item bonuses. So you can replace that with this if you have trouble getting this. But Wheeler's Path is craftable, so it should be pretty easy to get, and it's only 6 trades. For jewelry, I'm using agility, 1 reduced cost, 1 stamina recovery, and 1 weapon damage. I found this to be a very good balance, and I highly recommend having at least 1 reduced cost since it really helps your sustain. For the enchantments on the armor, all of them are stamina except the helmet, which is prismatic. But of course you can use the stamina if you want. Um, as far as traits, I have infused on the 2 big parts to boost my stamina, and I have prismatic on this one. I'm sorry, not prismatic, divines. And I have 4 pieces of impenetrable and the shield here to mitigate critical damage. Weapon is more Cauldron, shield is more Cauldron to complete the 3 item bonuses, and the enchantment on this is weapon damage. Now these are my buff stats. I'm gonna show you real quick. We have 35k stamina, almost 25k health, 10k magicka, 2600 stamina recovery, and almost 2500 weapon damage, which might seem a little bit low, but damage also scales with your main stat. In our case is stamina. So since I have a high stamina pool because I use this food, let me see, this one increases max health and stamina. Our damage is decent even though our weapon damage is low. And I'll show you the surprise attack tooltip. It's almost 8k, which is great in my opinion. Alright, so let's get into, actually before I go into the skills, the resistances are decent. They go up to 19k when you use a shadow ability, so when you use cloak or when you use surprise attack, because of this passive shadow barrier. And since I have Undante 9, I also forgot to mention that I use 5 medium, 1 heavy, and 1 light. Now it would be ideal if you wanted to min-max this build to use a heavy chest instead of a heavy shoulder. I might do that when I have some money, because this will give you the most defense if you have it in heavy here. Okay, onto the skills. I'm using vigor, surprise attack, invasion. I use this over ambush because ambush is very cheesy. I don't like the way it stuns, it immobilizes people for 1 second, and it doesn't have a minimum range, and it just gets abused too easily, and I just don't like using cheesy abilities, so that's why I don't use ambush. Invasion is also a hard CC, so if they're not blocking and you hit them with this, they're gonna have to CC break. If they're blocking, we have fear here, which goes through block, and it's an AoE CC. Now the fifth spot is a flexible spot. I often run this instead. Shadow image. When I'm fighting outnumbered, this helps me a lot. You can teleport back to your shade. It also reduces the damage of the target that you were facing when you casted it for 15% for 4 seconds. But when there's a lot of Zorks or Magic and Nightblades, I just put a defensive stance, which is a reflect, and it also has a good passive bonus. It increases the damage you mitigate when blocking by 8%, and it reduces the cost of blocking by 8%. For the ultimate, I'm using Soul Harvest. It's very cheap, and it applies the heal debuff. On the second bar, Caltrops to counter Nightblades, to apply dot damage, and to snare people. But if there's a lot of Nightblades and I'm, being annoyed by Nightblades, then I'll use Piercing Mark. The second slot is Shuffle for the dodge chance, and even though the dodge chance is really good, that's not the main reason why I use it. The main reason I use is to remove snares and roots, which are very powerful this patch, and also get that 3.5 second immunity, since there is no immunity to being rooted or being snared. They can permanently do that. Third ability is Cloak. I don't really abuse this. I can't, because I only have like 10k magicka and 1k magicka recovery. I mainly use this, to escape Zergs and to clean in damage over time effects, although that's gonna be changed next patch. Fourth spot, I use retreat maneuvers, and this is to give me the speed bonus and to escape, but sometimes I'll swap that out for executioner here. And when I do put executioner here, I like to slot flawless to increase the damage. And then number 5 is rally for the major brutality and for the heal. I think that's it for the skills. Let me go into the champion system. 39 to Warlord, 11 into Magician, 8 into Arcanist, 78 into Mooncalf, 30 into Tumbling, 42 into Bless to increase the healing, the healing that you get, 12 into Blade Expert to increase light and heavy attack damage, 100 into Mighty, 6 into Piercing, 3 into Precise Strikes, and 4 into Thaumaturge. The only reason I have skill points here, not skill points, points here, is because all ultimates do magic damage except the DK one. It kind of sucks, but that's what it is. That's how it is, and I just wanted to boost my ultimate damage a little bit. 10 into block expertise, 19 into resistance to reduce the damage from critical hits, 2 into spell shield, 2 into medium armor, 83 into hardy, 36 into elemental defender, and 1 into thick skin. Now this is gonna change next patch, so I'm probably gonna go half here and half here, or I might go 15% here and 10% here, since this is gonna reduce physical damage and this is gonna be magical damage, and since it's gonna be a magicka meta, a lot of magicka builds, I might just put a little bit more here, so 15% here and 10% here. And then quick recovery, I have 14 here to boost my healing even more. Alright, that's it for the champion system. Show you my stats again real quick. My buffed stats with a potion, I use 3-star potion. I'll show you that right now. This one. But these are my buff stats with potions. As you can see, my stamina recovery goes up to almost 3k, which is awesome. That's it for the build video, guys. If you let me know if you like it, comment, and I'll try to read any questions that you might have and answer them. And I'll also post a video of this build in action, fighting outnumbered, and I'll post it in the description, the link in the description. Alright guys, thanks for watching.